Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me.
Hey guys, it's Renee Amanda here, and I am here to talk to you about my TBR pile for the month of April. So I am super excited about these reads. I think I have a great stack of books here, and I'm so looking forward to sharing these with you. One that I don't have pictured here would be The Sun Is Also a Star. I'm hoping to get to that one this month simply because the movie comes out next month. So I really want to have that read. And I have that one via ebook. So that's one. So I'm hoping it's a good month and that I knock out 5 books. But I'm traveling a couple of times this month, and you know, I don't know. I'm going to Canada. I'll be in Charlotte, so I don't know if I'm going to have time with hanging out, especially in Canada, there for 5 days for a wedding and hanging out with friends and family. So I just really don't know if I'm going to have the time to read them. So anyways, The Sun Is Also a Star will be one, let's hope. To Tell the Truth Freely is a book. It's about the life of Ida B. Wells. So reading Eloquent Rage, she talks a little bit about Ida B. Wells, and it's funny that she did that because in my head I already wanted to know more about Ida B. And so I really wanted to find a good book on Ida B. Wells that would tell her story and do it justice. So that same, like the next day or that same evening, I log on to Instagram and immediately 2 posts with this same exact book. Back to back, like literally had just posted at the same time. So I was like, okay, this is definitely a sign that I need to go ahead and purchase this book and read it. So I'm excited to read that and learn more about Ida B. Wells' story. And then Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. This book by Jane Allen. It's a novel for grown-ups. I'm super excited about this. I've heard great things from my friends that have already read it. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Let's see. Black Girls Must Die Exhausted is something that 33-year-old Tabitha Walker has heard her grandmother say before. Of course, her grandmother, who happens to be white, was referring to the 1950s and what she observed in the nascent times of civil rights. With a coveted position as a local news reporter, Mark, a paper-perfect boyfriend, and a standing Saturday morning appointment with the reliable hairstylist, Tabitha never imagined how this phase could apply to her as black girls in contemporary times until everything changed. An unexpected doctor's diagnosis awakens Tabitha to her unperceived culprit, threatening the one thing that has always mattered most, having a family of her own. With the help of her best friend and irreverent and headstrong Layla and Alexis, the former sexy Lexi, Tabitha must explore the reaches of modern medicine and test the limits of her relationships to beat the ticking clock on her dreams of becoming a wife and mother. She must leverage the power of laughter, love, and courageous self-care to bring a healing stronger than she's ever imagined. Before the phrase, Black Girls Must Die Exhausted, takes on a new and unwanted meaning in her own life. So, super excited to read that one. They Were Her Property. Excited about this one too. It's White Women as Slave Owners in the American South by Stephanie E. Jones Rogers. So, I am super excited about that. Just to kind of read about the role that white women played in history. And I'll read the synopsis. Bridging Women's History, the History of the South, and African American History, this book makes a bold argument about the role of white women in American slavery. Historian Stephanie E. Jones Rogers draws on a variety of sources to show that slave-owning women were sophisticated economic actors who directly engaged in and benefited from the South's slave market. Because women typically inherited more slaves than land enslaved people were often their primary source of wealth. Not only did white women often refuse to cede ownership of their slaves to their husbands, they employed management techniques that were as effective and brutal as those by slave-owning men. White women actively participated in the slave market, profited from it, and used it for economic and social empowerment. By examining the economically entangled lives of enslaved people and slave-owning women, Jones Rogers presents a narrative that forces us to rethink the economics and social conventions of slaveholding America. So that one sounds super good. Excited to do that one. I'll actually be listening to it via my partnership with Libro FM. So I'm excited for that one. And last but not least, of course, our April book of the month, Queeny. I've already read the synopsis for you guys on that one, but I am super excited to get to it. I've heard nothing but great things. So I think it will be a great discussion to have with the group, and I'm so looking forward to it. So I am super stoked to read all of these books. I might be taking on a little more than I wanted to, or that I might have time for, just simply because I'll be on the road and traveling. So wish me the best of luck, because I have no idea what to expect with this. So that is what is on my April TBR. Fingers crossed that I'm able to conquer and tackle it. But yeah, that's what I have in store. So in a comment below, let me know what you guys plan on reading in April. I'd love to see some of the inspiration and what's inspiring you and what you're inspired to read during the month of April. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.